Hello, Terry. Hello, Lee.
Hello, Sophie.
Great you're here to talk to me. So I wanted to do something about our relationship with Lee and Just Works. And Lee is our amazing cleaner at Harlem Works, and he works within a project and business called Just Works, and Terry heads that up. So I'm going to ask Terry just to explain a bit about it and why it's such an important organisation in the city and why we've got the relationship with you. And then I'm going to ask Lee to talk about his experience of Just Works and why he's such an amazing cleaner. Terry, tell me a little bit about Just Works.
So Just Works is a programme that's been set up through the Cathedral Archer Project. For those that are unaware, the Archer Project's a day centre in the city centre that's been supporting homeless and vulnerable adults for over 30 years now. Just Works is part of the work that we're doing to try and support people who may have been formerly homeless or otherwise kind of disadvantaged to move towards more stable and fulfilling lives, of which employment is part. So through our Just Works programme, we set up a couple of main businesses, one being our printing business, and then also our cleaning business for and Lee's been part of both through the time we've been here, but in particular for I think it's over 3 years now that Lee's been cleaning at Harlem Works. Yes.
Well, I cannot remember a time before Lee, so
yeah, I think it's about 3 years now, and Sophie won't let anyone else go there because he's just part of the furniture now, and he's so good. So I think that's as good a testament as you can get.
And I only live 5 minutes away from there. I can walk it.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Lee, first of all, you're absolutely an amazing cleaner, and I love having you here. But tell me a bit about what your experience of being part of Just Works has been like. What's that meant for you?
I come into hard times, and someone took me to because I don't come from Sheffield, I come from Doncaster, and I've come to Sheffield, and someone took me to the Archers, and I thought it was an amazing place because I never knew that they did anything like that. And obviously through the years I've been up and down, and then I did a bit of volunteering work, and then now I'm in full employment by them.
And you are very busy.
Great.
Yeah. I have to struggle to hold on to you as my cleaner at Harlem Works.
Well, I'll be there as long as you need me there.
That's good to hear. So Terry, I've always been really impressed by what Cathedral Archer Project has done working with homeless people and trying to find a business way to give people opportunities and generate funding for the organisation. And it's no mean feat. And have you found it, how many people you've been able to help? Like, what's the sort of, from your perspective of running cleaning contracts, has it worked as a way to find employment for people?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, it is no mean feat. It's difficult enough kind of running a business anyway, but as part of that being a kind of a supported employment initiative, I've got a lot of grey hairs to show for it, but it's all super worthwhile to see the progress of people like Lee, and to the point where from where Lee's come from, I just have absolute confidence in where Lee is and where Lee's going in his life, and seeing that transition. And we've been fortunate enough to kind of to work with almost 30 people in the last, I think it's almost 5 years that we've been doing it, across a range of enterprises, supporting people's development, and different people are at different stages. And I think one of the things that's really crucial to the way we work is that it isn't time limited, because we're working with individuals who, the vast majority, if not all, have got complex trauma in their past, which you don't move through that and change from that overnight. And I think that's key to how we work. It's people moving forward at the speed that suits, at their own speed, and we're completely non-judgmental. It means there's second chances, there's third chances, but crucial to it, it's not just about the employment. The employment is core to it, but there's a holistic program of support around that. Weekly counselling sessions for people, wellbeing sessions. We've got a project mentor that people check in with, on a weekly basis if necessary. obviously as people kind of move forward, when you get to like where Lee's at, that becomes more of a hands-off approach because it's just a representative of where he's at, and it's really great to see.
Yeah, and one of the things I love about the project is the fact I know you've got such long-term commitment to people, because people don't just change on a overnight, do they? So Lee, what would you say, like you're obviously like a star and a success story, but what about other people that are coming through? What does it take to go from being in hard times to somebody who can hold down a responsible job and just be a brilliant part of an organisation like ours?
To be honest, I don't know how I've done it.
No.
But I think it's just trial and error. I mean, I were up and down, and one day I might get up and I say, right, I'm going to get a grip today. And then obviously I might get a grip. And then obviously the next day I might not have a grip. And it's just, I just got to a point where I was just bored of it.
You're bored of it?
Just the same old, I'm not going to swear, the same old nonsense.
Well done.
I was just bored of it. And then it just got to a point where I was sick of having no money as well, and being scruffy, which is not my standard whatsoever. And I don't know, I just grew out of being an idiot.
So you just saw the benefits of changing were so much that you just had to stick with it. But what helped you stick at it? Because I think that's hard.
Well, it was Tim at the Archers. He says, I've got a job for you. Are you up for it? It's a rugby club working with a groundsman, and I love gardening. I think it's quite therapeutic, a bit like you, Sophie. And I don't know. I went to the job and I stuck to it, and I loved it. And then obviously things happened and changed, and then I stopped working, and then I fell straight into Just Works because it just started the business. So I was at right place at right time. So I wasn't really out of work. So obviously, because when you stop working, you don't really want to go back to work, because I've been in that position before. So I fell straight into another job, which kept me motivated and my mind focused and channeled.
I think that's key. One of the key things I see is opportunity. Yeah. It's opportunity. It's like there's loads of people that go through difficult times, but when people have that kind of light bulb moment, let's say enough's enough, and that's a common theme. It's like you hit rock bottom, or you're just caught in that repetitive cycle, and you want to change. Times. Yeah, but it's having in place the opportunity to be able to change that, and that opportunity at the right time. And that's one of the fundamental reasons when we were kind of developing ideas for Just Works, we decided to kind of bring the employment in-house, so to speak, create our own businesses, because we felt, approaching organizations like yourselves, Sophie, it would be more, you want to help people, but it's a lot easier for that offer of help is a lot easier if you can see that individual that you're helping is supported by an organization. It'll be a lot bigger risk for you to employ someone like Lee direct where he was at, say, 2, 3, 4 years ago. So I think we kind of make that process easier, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're trying to do, and try and grow and try and develop a model that hopefully can be replicated, around the country, so that the Lees of this world, of whom there are thousands, that they actually get the opportunity when they're ready to make that change. Because if that opportunity isn't there, unfortunately, what that means for a lot of people is they just carry on, get stuck in that cycle.
Yeah.
So you are really the bridge. This is a win-win scenario. So I've got a fantastic cleaner, and Leah's got an opportunity to have employment and a stable kind of income. And the bridge between those things is the work that you do, Terry, which is to back up people in the beginning, find the opportunities from employers like me, and bring it together and support it so that it can take flight, and it can be a win-win on both sides. But without that essential glue in the middle, this situation wouldn't have happened. So, I really I love being part of it as an employer.
People just need a leg up.
People do need a leg up, but they need support to make it work. It's not like an overnight thing. And as an employer, you know, it's right. It's a risk to take on somebody. You need that sort of intervening support. So are there other, if anybody watches this and is any other businesses in the city that might need be interested in being involved, have you got more opportunities for more customers?
Yeah, always. It's the more work we're able to deliver, the more people we can support. Because ultimately, it's about, for us, it's kind of inverted. Actually, yeah. the employment is a tool to support the people. So it's not the employment. It's a tool to work with more people. So yeah, anyone who is interested, just Google Just Works and then contact us through the website. And yeah, we commercial cleaning companies and contracts, but also, if anyone's got any printing needs around T-shirts and whatnot, then we do that through our Printed by Us.
So you've got these
social enterprise as well.
I'll put some information in the blog about both, but just to say, obviously, nobody else can have Lee.
Nobody else can have Lee apart from Cole at II. You've got a monopoly on it, and the reality is, Lee, given the opportunity, Lee will work 60, 70 hours a week, and we're like, no, we don't want you to do that. But at the moment, there isn't actually much room for Lee to do much more than that, because part of his development, he has got employment beyond Just Works, and that's really, that's what we want to see. It's like there's Just Works is there for people as long as they need it, but really to see people like Lee kind of fly in the nest, so to speak, is a really positive part of that journey as well.
It's great, and we feel very lucky here to have him. Brilliant. Thank you so
very much.
Guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.